Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda, and please welcome to our Operation Freedom platform, WeThePeopleProcessing.com. You know, are you tired of being threatened to be canceled just because you have a company focused on liberty and freedom? Well, worry no more, folks. WeThePeopleProcessing.com is your go-to merchant services, freedom-based company to provide business service payment solutions. We the People Processing provides their clients a cancel culture-free platform which is domestically based. They provide competitive rates, no contracts with next-day funding, a fully vetted and like-minded financial infrastructure, and full support for integrations, implementation, and e-commerce efforts. Bottom line, WeThePeopleProcessing.com focuses on defending your company's free market growth, values, and future. Check them out at www.WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Once you're on the site, enter in password Operation Freedom or call 855-499-2024. That's WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Then, when on the website, enter Operation Freedom as your password or call 855-499-2024.
Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state
She's
categorically?
asking a question.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a
question.
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We are available 24/7 at davejanda.com with extra shows, extra content, extra guests, archives to all of our shows, 30 cents, a tremendous amount of free content, but of our deep dive subscription content, 30 cents a day, $9 for a month. You don't have to sign up for a year, sign up for a month. And it recurs every month if you like it. I'm not sure why you wouldn't like it. Because the information you get, you'll never see, hear, read, or experience in the bought-off lamestream fake media. And as far as my content, the only place I provide my content is on my site. We hope you become part of our Freedom family. Plus, our radio show is free. You can listen to it live every Sunday, 2 to 5 Eastern. You can stream it by going to davejanda.com, hitting the Listen Live button. Great guests, great analysis. Can't beat it. The title of today's presentation is How You Can Undermine the Great Reset. Oh, no, they're all so powerful. Schwab and Soros and the World Economic Forum and the Globalists and... Oh, no, they're not so powerful. They're just a bunch of middle-level puppets that take their orders from the syndicate, and they are so out of touch with what's happening on the ground. The banking families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Lazards, Pinkuses, Warburgs, and the top of the pyramid, I believe, is the Pesor family. They're so out of touch, they don't know what's happening on the ground. Hence, you can beat them at their own game. And their game du jour is this great reset. You know, well, why, where they have everything and you have nothing and you're supposed to be happy about that? Right. Since davejanda.com has existed 12 years, on the bottom of the page is a quote from Frank Zappa, musician. Quote, "The illusion of freedom will continue as long as it's profitable to continue the illusion. At the point where the illusion becomes too expensive to maintain, they will just take down the scenery. They will pull back the curtains. They will move the tables and chairs out of the way, and you will see the brick wall at the back of the theater." That's what they're doing. And that brick wall is something called the Great Reset. That's conspiracy theory. No. It is well documented. The globalists have told us about it for years. And those of us that have reported this to the public said, well, I don't think so. Oh, no. And now a lot of those people that were, wow, that's conspiracy theory, now saying, oh, maybe I should have listened. What do I do to combat this? Because this isn't good. Oh, it can be combated. and it can be beaten. Great Reset. This from Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum. The real founders are the banking families, and he's just a middle-level puppet that they put in there to take the heat. Quote, there is an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate and simultaneously manage the direct consequences of the crisis. To improve the state of the World Economic Forum is starting the Great Reset Initiative. That's the brick wall that Frank Zappa was talking about. Now, recently, on our platform, DaveJanda.com, on our Insider Insight series, part of our subscription platform, Dr. Michael Rechtenwald, the anti-PC professor, formerly of NYU, is a regular guest on our platform. And Mike has become an incredible resource in dissecting the Great Reset and what we can do to undermine it. And I want to go through the points that he brought up about how each and every one of, well, I just live here, and whatever, and in the state of Illinois, and I'm one person and I can't make a difference. Oh, yes, you can. Because you see, here's what they don't want us to know. We have millions, hundreds of millions of people that are not in the globalist camp, just in our country. Billions around the world. We have the numbers. They don't want us to know that. They want us to divide and conquer. That's why they bring up a lot of these divisive issues, because they don't want us coming together. They want us doing this, because as long as we're doing this, we never point the finger at them, and we never take them to task, hold them accountable, have them face the rule of law, and actually pay a price, such as jail time, right? So we have to get over this divide and conquer mentality. And we have to work together. And individually, if we all act in a coordinated fashion, we can undermine these globalist scum. So what did Mike bring up? Number one, Dr. Rechtenwald suggests that we need to refuse the central bank digital currencies. Now you want to know, Trudeau and his little hench person, Christina Freeland, both members of the World Economic Forum, they let the cat out of the bag. See, they got so drunk with power. Remember with the truckers, what they ended up doing is they tried to get into their cryptocurrency wallets. They tried to block their banking. They tried, right? And essentially, this was a preview of what the syndicate wants to do if you don't think right or if you don't act right, that they can shut you down through your own hard-earned income that you have in a bank. And Trudeau and Freeland stepped a little ahead of the game, and they gave us an indication of what it was. And they got, I believe, reprimanded significantly by the syndicate overlords. Don't show them what we're, right? And a big part of this, as Mike Rechtenwald points out, are these central bank digital currencies. So he suggests refuse those. Let your local politicians know. Let your state politicians, your federal politician, let them know. Get off of these things. Get out of here. I'm not buying into it. Second, he said, do not allow placement of medical devices in your body. Okay? So that they can use to get information on you. The World Economic Forum, at the latest meeting in Davos, there was one of these puppets talking, and holding up a capsule and saying, and in this is a device where we can garner all kinds of information once the person ingests it. This is what Mike was talking about. Just say no to that stuff, including this stuff. That's another type of medical device that can be used to adversely affect your life. Let's just put it that way. He went on to say, refuse digital identification devices. Fourth point, practice and support free markets, no dependence on the state, and disengage from their tentacles. For example, he suggests support the local industries in your community, the local farmers, the local stores, the local hardware store, the local food store, the local whatever it might be, and not the big chains. He suggested to get out of the globalist created system. One part of that is the education system. And here's an educator. Mike taught at NYU. He's a professor. And he's saying get out of the education system right now until it can be fixed, let's just say. He also stated get out of ESG investments, stocks, association with any of those companies. ESG is the environmental and social justice corporate governance. So ESG is an approach to evaluating the extent to which a corporation works on behalf of social goals of the globalist syndicate. So if there's a company that is touting about we're totally in the ESG movement, that's a company you want to stay away from. Working for them, buying their products, any kind of support of them. He went on. Get money out of the syndicate banks, the big banks, the JP Morgan Chases, the Bank of Americas, the Wells Fargos, just to name a few, and stick with small regional banking organizations or in your particular community banking, stay with them, community banking organization or savings and loan, but getting out of the big syndicate globalist direct. They're the ones that are manipulating all these markets, the syndicate banks. And he also suggested politically putting pressure on all representatives, local, state, and federal, for pushing for individual sovereignty. Now, I understand you're going to hear that one and you're going to go, oh, they don't listen. Oh, no, really, they do. They really do. They can only take so much money from their fellow globalists and from the lobbyists. And there's two things that I have, over the years, what I have found scares every politician at every level. One, not having enough money to run for re-election, and two, if the public is wise to an issue and they are on the wrong side of it, no matter how much they try to rig systems, if the public en masse is aware of it and moves against that person and gets another candidate and backs another candidate, there is no way they can win. And they are deathly afraid of that. So my suggestion is do what I do. I call my representatives at all levels, say, this is the issue. Where are you in this? Because if you're not going to push for freedom, liberty, and individual empowerment, we're going to find somebody that will run against you and you will not win your primary. They really listen to that, and it really scares them. That's not hyperbole. It's fact. So if you take these 8 items that I just discussed with you, that Dr. Rechtenwald presented on our platform, that is a very effective way of undermining this great reset that the totalitarian thugs are trying to implement. By blocking the Great Reset, we block their agenda of a new world order, a one world government, a one world currency. And in so doing, we preserve and enhance our freedoms and liberties, which have been stripped from each and every one of us over many decades' time. This is a participant sport. This is not a sit on the couch event. They want you sitting on the couch. They want you locked down. They want you mesmerized by their bought-off, lamestream, fake media boob tube. Don't do it. Peacefully protest. Network information provided on this platform and other independent media platforms to everyone you know. Take these 8 points I just discussed. Network them to your family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, people you might not even know about how to beat the man, if you want to call it. Because no matter anyone's persuasion, they're all aware that there's the man, and the man is not looking out for their best interests. They just don't know how to deal with the man. And I just gave you 8 points through Dr. Rechtenwald of how to deal with the man. Try it. How did that commercial go? Remember? Try it. You'll like it. Try it. You'll like it. I thank you for joining me today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. We are available 24/7 at davejanda.com. Thanks for joining me today.